continue on to the video, just need to be able to take a few seconds of your time. And so we want to be able to ask you a question. Are you looking to gain more referrals for your agency, your home health, your home care, your hospice agency? We want you to be able to join us at our online marketing bootcamp that has over 7.5 hours of training. When you actually watch our bootcamp and join our online marketing bootcamp training, you're going to get a free month access to our 10xpatientreferrals.com. So sign up for a limited time at 10xpatientreferrals.com and enjoy all the content. So let's go ahead and get back to the video that you're currently watching.
Hey everyone, it's Michael here with Home Health Success Academy and 10xpatientreferrals.com. And in this video, we're going to share with you guys how to actually monitor your marketers. That's right, how to monitor your marketers. It is such an important thing because this is how you're going to be able to get the most out of them, for them to be able to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Now, I've heard so many different problems with marketing. A lot of agencies don't even want to hire one because they've gone through so many difficulties with different types of marketers not meeting their expectations or just doing bad things as it is, right? So some of the problems that agencies face is that the marketers unfortunately don't report, on time, or does not even report to their supervisors on what they're supposed to be doing. Or I've seen it where marketers say that they went someplace, but they never went there, right? They never visited. Or at the very same time, it's like, I'll give you a quick example. One time I was in the field, right? And I have several marketers working for me, and I hired a marketer. And the person seemed really good at interview, passed the interview process, knew what the answer was, great at what it was, even did good when we were doing some role playing with him when we were trying to get him onboarded. So that's one thing that we do is we don't just have an interview, we do a role playing game with them to see if they know how to respond, or are they in a good level enough that we can even make them even better. So I called this marketer up and I said, hey, I was wondering, what are you doing right now? Where are you? And what I wanted to do was, I was at Starbucks and I wanted to actually go ahead and maybe get him some coffee, meet up with him. And he said that he was at that moment with a physician and just waiting to do a meeting with him at that very moment. And so when I walked into Starbucks, who did I see in line in front of me? The marketer that I was speaking to just a minute ago. So obviously he was lying to me. And so with that said, I gave him a call again. I said, hey, which physician are you seeing today? I just want to be able to know, where you're waiting at. And he told me where he was. And obviously, when I looked into the map, that physician was maybe 20 miles away from that particular Starbucks. So at that very moment, I told him, I said, just to let you know, you're fired. And he said, what? I said, you're fired because you're lying to me, because I'm right behind you. And he turns around and he starts apologizing to me. And I said, no, this right here I'm not going to take, because if I caught you now, how about the other times? And so, you have to understand that this can cause problems for you. So we actually have a lot of different things in place that allows us, ever since that one incident, we added an extra layer of strategies. One thing that we require a lot of our marketers is that in a weekly basis, before they go out to visit, we already know who they're visiting. They actually need to be able to submit to us before Monday starts who they're going to be visiting for that week. And we actually just tell them, because the thing though is when we create a follow-up process, we are actually targeting who we're targeting. We know it in advance. And so the marketers are expected to notify us who they're targeting at that particular moment. And what happens is, on a day-to-day basis, they will actually submit to us the day before what their route is taking. Because one thing is, there's a video we actually created that showed you guys how to be able to minimize travel time to maximize the minutes and the hours of the day so they can visit as many potential referral sources as possible. But we want them to submit in a weekly basis who they're going to be visiting, on what day. But on a daily basis, they have to submit to us who they actually created, the mapping that they created, where they're going to be at a particular time. They need to be able to submit this. Now, one thing you can do is this. Early on, when you onboard a marketer, you need to explain to them what is expected of them. Not what they need to do in marketing, not just their basic job description, but things that they need to do on a weekly basis to submit to you to show that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we expect that of them. The next thing also is we expect our marketers on a weekly basis to submit their receipts. They have to. You don't want to wait a month later, right? We tell them, hey, whatever expenditures you have, we want to see that on a weekly basis. And the truth is this, we actually want to see it on a daily basis, but it's okay for them to do it on a weekly basis. And typically we use what we call a CRM, okay? Customer Relation Management System. So in the CRM, whenever they visit a particular referral source, when they're doing a marketing, whatever they gave to that person, they actually have to write it in the notes of that particular visit. It's an important thing to be able to be done. The next thing is that on a weekly basis, we do live, practice, drill, and rehearse. We want to be able to see, can they answer certain questions? Like if we bring up certain objections, like I'm already working with another agency. Do they know how to respond to that? Not just a typical, basic marketer out there who, when the doctor says we are already working with another agency, most marketers that are inexperienced will say, okay, well, here's my brochure, here's my business card, here's my folder, here's some pens. Please give us a try, give us a call. They're not going to call you by just doing that, right? You must be able to, show value for that. And at the same time as you must be ready. These marketers must be trained on how to be able to handle certain objections. Somebody doesn't have time to meet with you. Somebody's already working with another agency. Do you know how to respond to that? Other than that, can I come back another time? Or please try us out, or here's some information about us. Okay, so we actually have a full training at 10xpatientreferrals.com that shows you how to be able to answer every single type of potential objections you're going to face, whether it's from a referral source or it's from a patient's family that you're trying to sign up for your home care non-medical services. Now, we talked about a CRM, customer relationship management system. It is vital that you guys actually have one of these. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that you guys can use. There's a company called Playmaker CRM. They're a little bit expensive, but they're home care specific. But there's also other CRMs that you can go use. Like, for example, there's Salesforce. That's another, pretty much used by a lot of the major, Fortune 500 company as a CRM. But they're, and it's going to cost you thousands of dollars, just like Playmaker CRM. But there's other smaller CRMs, like for example, Nutshell, that costs like $10 per user. So you can actually cut the cost down there a little bit, but it allows you to be able to be more specific, and at the same time is have your notes available online for everybody to view, not just the marketer or the manager, but everybody can log in there to see what they're supposed to be doing. So a CRM is something that I do recommend a lot of companies actually start taking advantage of and start using. It allows for the marketer to be able to, give report at the very same time. Just think about it. Your nurses, right? Your nurses are expected when they visit a patient that they actually, open the cloud of the software and enter all the information that they're doing with the particular patient. You're expecting that of them. And at the same time for your caregivers as well, if you have a non-medical caregiving company, private duty, you guys may have softwares like, for example, 360 Care, or you guys might be using, for example, softwares by Clear Care, for example. These are things that you should be putting information on for your patients and your clients, but at the very same time as your marketers should be able to use a CRM that's specific for the marketing section of things, right? You must be able to learn how to start applying this. Why it's worth the $10 a month per user? It's because it saves you time from them having to come in, report, and sometimes I would rather have my marketers out there in the field. I would rather that they only report to the office once a week, because I want them out in the field during the hours of operations. Keep on hustling, keep on walking in, trying to get these new potential referral sources. You guys have to have a plan of attack. So we talked about them submitting the receipts, because you want to be able to pay attention to what they're spending per referral source. You want to be able to make sure they submit to you. Who are they visiting? You want them to be able to submit to you. What are their maps of the day? Who are they going to visit first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way to the bottom? Because we truly suggest marketers to be able to make sure that they visit between 20 to 25 potential referral sources every single day. That's right, 20 to 25. There are some people out there that's teaching you guys 50 a week. 50 a week? really, that's it? You have to understand that your marketers need to be able to have a large pipeline, because guess what? Some people are not going to be able to be converted at the very moment fast enough for your agency. If you maximize your pipeline, have multiple places that you can potentially attack and go after, that right there increases, just by the power of numbers, the chances of you guys getting more referrals. So they have to submit, once again, the maps, right? The next thing is, this is something that we require all our marketers. And we tell our marketers when they come on board and say, hey, just to let you know, before we offer you a job, there's something that we do with our marketers. Number one is this, that we actually put a GPS monitoring tracker in your car. So if they have their own car, they have to understand that at every single moment when they start their job on that week, the GPS monitor must be on their car, because that right there is part of the payment. If they don't have the GPS tracker on, then we do not calculate their pay until when that GPS monitor starts, okay? So that's something that we make sure that they know, okay? And a lot of marketers will then say, no, I'm not gonna work for you. Hey, that's perfectly fine. If a marketer is gonna say no when we tell them that we're gonna put a GPS tracker, what are they really hiding? That's something that you have to understand. So these GPS trackers that we use, it plugs into.
This video is brought to you by medicationreminderprogram.com. Are you trying to look for that one edge up to be able to get you more referrals or to get new referral sources? Well, that's medicationreminderprogram.com. If you start offering this for your patients and future patients, you're going to be able to show future referral sources that you're doing something different, that you're providing better services than your competition. The Daily Reminder program goes like this. We will call the patients for you twice a day and remind them to take their medications at 9 o'clock in the morning and at 5 p.m. A top reason for hospitalization of seniors is not taking their medications. So what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be giving them comfort of mind, both family and referral sources. So sign up to medicationreminderprogram.com right now. There's 3 packages available, but at the very same time, right now, with code 50 off, you can actually get 50% off our Gold plan and the Platinum plan. So just stop by medicationreminderprogram.com and let us help you get more referrals. Let's go back to the video you're currently watching.
The CPU of the car, okay? So in the CPU of the car, so all of a sudden it just transmits, and we only pay about $39 a month per GPS tracker. It tells us when, how fast the car is running, where the car is within a five meter area. It tells us if the car is running, if the car is stopped, if the car is idled, how long the car has been idled, how long has the car been stopped, right? And I'm not going to be a micromanager looking into this and really seeing what he's doing. No, we're not going to be doing that. There's a way to be able to just look at it in a whole. So, when somebody starts working for us, we'll monitor it for the first week, right? Every day we're going to see what they did, right? We're going to spend about 10, 15 minutes at the end of the day. Did it match with the map that they actually submitted? And then after that, we start looking at every 2 weeks basis. This is part of the manager of the marketers, right? Like for example, our company, we even get hired by a lot of home care companies to become the marketing manager. Instead of them paying somebody $70,000 a year whose job is solely to manage the marketers, to tell them where they need to go, we actually do it at half the cost. For $35,000, we actually monitor the marketers. The marketers report to us. We then report to the owners and the managers and the board members of the particular home care or home health agency. And so this is something that you guys can look into. But at the very same time as you have to be able to monitor your marketers, because if you're not doing that, you have to understand that marketing is 100% of your profit, and you're actually wasting a lot of money and time with the wrong marketer. Just think about it. If you hired one marketer, if you have budget for one marketer, and you hired that person, okay, and you gave them some training, maybe you had them join our 10xpatientreferrals.com marketing training platform that provides everything for a marketer to be able to know how to really market their company correctly, from handling objections, doing presentations, making cold calls, what to give, when to give, what mistakes to avoid, so many different things. Let's say you gave them all that, but you're not monitoring them. And then you fired them 3 months later, right? Because they're not producing what they're supposed to be producing for you, what your expectations are. You wasted 3 months. 3 months. So how much patients? How much referrals did you miss because they were not meeting what they're supposed to be doing? They were doing what they were intended to do. So then you're going to hire another new marketer, bringing them on board. And then once again, you have to give them time because nobody can just start turning referrals automatically. It takes at least about a month of visits. This is the truth. No one gets a referral the very first time that they actually market or present to a particular agency or a company. And guess what? When we do get that one, fast referral, when the first time we visit a doctor or a nursing home and they gave us a referral right there, we're very mindful because we're starting to think, what's wrong with this patient? Okay. So you have to understand, you have to really look into this. Monitoring your marketers are such an important thing. Now, some of our marketers, we do have GPS trackers on them. We give them a GPS tracker for their car if they're using their own car. But when a marketer normally is with us for more than 3 months, we then provide them a car, right? We have one of our cars that are fully wrapped with our logos, our information of our company. It's a rolling sign, pretty much as we call it, but it's an important thing. And so we give them that car after they've been working with us for 3 months. So these are several things you guys need to start doing to monitor your marketers. Number one, pay attention to what problems you can face with marketers you had in the past, or the things that I share with you guys and how to avoid that. They must submit their receipts every week. They must be able to tell you who they're visiting every week. They must be able to tell you, did they not visit, certain people that they had in their list? Why weren't they able to see them? Why weren't they able to visit them? Okay, they must use a CRM or just submit things via forms, paper forms. If you guys want that, that's perfectly fine. We use electronic stuff, CRMs, cloud-based softwares for the reason that it makes it easy for us in the long run, especially when it comes to tax time, that we can actually report things correctly. And then at the same time is monitor them GPS-wise. Find out where they're going. Are they visiting the required 20 to 25 places? Or if your requirement is only 10 to 15 a day, that's your problem. That's your choice. It's your decision. But for us, it's pretty much 20 to 25 places a day. So allows them to, guess what? If it's 25 a day times 5 days a week, that's 150 potential referral sources that we're trying to target. So those are little things that you need to do to be able to monitor your marketers, right? Don't forget to practice, drill, and rehearse. This is something that has to be done on a weekly basis. You need to make sure that their skills are up to par, that they know how to answer, they know how to present. If I tell them, tell me about our cardiac program, they're not just going to say we do this and that. No. What are the features? What are the benefits? Why should they refer to us? These are things that are important. Now, just like anything else, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like this video if you really liked it. Also subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell to be able to get notified when there are new videos coming out. Also remember our 10xpatientreferrals.com website. It is an amazing platform that provides you all the training that you need for your marketers. Whether you're hiring a new marketer or you have current marketers, you want them to get even better, or if you're an owner of a company and you want to learn how to be able to market your products and your services for your home care, your home health, or your hospice agency, 10xpatientreferrals.com is the place for you guys to go. Always understand that marketing is easy when you know what you're doing.
Hey everyone, we want to be able to invite you to our 10xpatientreferrals.com, where we have our online Home Health Marketing Academy that's going to be able to help either a home health, home care, or hospice agency increase referrals, increase their census, and create a profitable company. Now, at this very moment, you're going to have access to these information through these training, marketing to physicians, how to get to hospitals, how to be able to get into nursing homes, and much, much more at a month-to-month basis with no contracts needed. It's just month to month. Now, guess what? We are offering you guys for a limited time 50% off any one of our plans. Just choose which one is going to be able to work better for you. So just stop by the 10xpatientreferrals.com at any given moment. So these are the plans that are available, whether it's the gold, the silver, or the platinum plan. Most people go for the gold plan, but it's up to you what's going to work for you. We definitely want to be able to have you come in and work with us. So here's two choices. Go to 10xpatientreferrals.com or click the link down below. Take advantage of this right now at this very moment and sign up with us.